Good day mga anak! Kamusta kayo? Sana ang lahat ay nasa mabuting kalagayan. Na-miss nyo na ba ang siknayan? Kasi ako, na-miss ko na kayo sa klase ko. Today, let's explore again the beauty of mathematics. Assume that you are a tourist who wishes to visit Batangas Lakelands at the municipality of Balete. How will you find the lake's exact location? Nowadays, we use Google Maps or other application. This is the tool that we use to identify location. Same as in statistics, because there are ways in order for us to identify or locate the specific value of a data. Mga anak, ano kaya ang masasabi ninyo sa illustration na ito? Right! When you were in grade 7, you encounter one of the measure of a central tendency. And this is median. It is the middle number in a distribution. As what you see, that is illustrated on this slide. Let us have the first topic in this fourth quarter, and this is illustrating measures of position. Measures of position. It shows where a certain data point or value falls in a sample or array of distribution. It can state whether a value is about the average or whether it is unusually high or low compared to the data as a whole. There are a lot of measures of position, but the most common are the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. So how these three differ from each other? Let's find out. Here are the difference of the measures of positions. So the first type is quartiles. Quartiles divide the distribution into 4 parts, while deciles, what do you think? How many equal parts it has? Yes, it's divide the data into 10 equal parts. How about now the percentiles? Definitely, it's 100. Let's have quartile 1. Quartile 1 is a number such that the most 1/4 or 25% of the data are smaller in the value than quartile 1, and at most 3/4 or 75% are larger than quartile 1. It is also called a lower quartile. So it says that each quarter is equivalent to 25%. Therefore, quartile 1 is equivalent to 25%. So it says again that it's a lower quartile. Let's have now the second quartile. It is a number such that at most 1/2 or 50% of the data are below and above in the value than quartile 2. Second quartile is also known as a median or the middle score. How about the third quartile? How do you think or how many percent it has? Precisely, it is 75%. So if we have a lower quartile, then we will be having the upper quartile, and this is the third quartile, since it's equivalent to 75%. So let's have the illustration of a quartile. So as what you see here, quartile 1 is the lower quartile. So this is the middle or the quartile 2. And then upper quartile is 75%, while the highest data, of course, it is equivalent to 100%. Let's have the first example. Mrs. RVE, a math teacher, conducted her first quiz for the fourth quarter. The top 5 students got the following scores: 20, 13, 15, 16, and 14. illustrate quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3 of the given data. First, arrange number in ascending order. If we follow ascending order, where we start? Precisely. It's on number 13. So this is the number line. So we have 13, 14, 15, 16 based on the given set of data. Now, how are we going to illustrate quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3? So for us to illustrate it, let's have the formula. Again, quartiles are points that divide a distribution into 4 equal parts. So here is the formula. So quartile K is equal to K times n plus 1 over 4. So K stands for what quartile are you looking for? And n is the number of data that you have. So in the previous, we have mga anak, do not forget the formula in finding quartile. So we have quartile K is equal to K times n plus 1 over 4. Again, K is the quartile that you are looking for, while n is the total number of your data, and divide it into 4 since it's quartile, which is dividing into 4 equal parts. And we need to evaluate quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. So upon evaluating it, and we need to find first quartile 1. So we have here quartile 1 is equal to 1 times 5 plus 1 over 4. Where is 5 came from? Yes, precisely. It came from the given set of data. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So therefore, we have here 5. So quartile 1 is equal to 1 times 6 over 4. It will give us 6 over 4. And then if we're going to simplify it, we will be having 1.5. As you see, the resulting value in the first quartile is 1.5. Upon looking at the given set of data, there is no such place which is 1.5. Reason to round it up. Since we're just asking to illustrate it, the reason to point out that it's on the second place. But don't worry. As we get through this quarter, you will be able to determine the exact value, which is in between on its places, like 1.5 means it is in between first and second place, and that is through the use of linear interpolation. So we need only to illustrate it. Therefore, we round it up. That's why we will be having here second. Do not forget second because that is quartile 1. So second is, what is the second score here? Yes, that is 14. So if we're asking for the quartile 1, that is equivalent to 14. So let's have now quartile 2. Quartile 2 now will be this one, as what you see, Q2, or quartile 2 is equal to 2 times 5 plus 1. As what you see, same as this one lang. Ang pinapalitan lang natin is the value of K. Kasi yun yung hinahanap natin in a given problem. So therefore, we will be having now 2 times 6 divided into 4. Then we have 12 divided by 4. Yes, that is the third. So here, the third one is 15. So that is the third score. So quartile 2 is equal to the third, and third is equal to 15. Let's have now quartile 3. So same process lang din gaya ng ginawa natin sa quartile 1. Ang pinapalitan lamang lagi natin is the value for K. And then we will be having 18 divided by 4. It gives us again 3.75. When we round it off, we have the fourth. And the fourth one is 16. Again, this is not the exact value. We just round it up because we are asked to illustrate it on a given set of data. But in the next lessons, you will learn how to find the exact value in between two places. So that is through the use of linear interpolation. So in the first illustrative example, our answer or the illustration will be this one. So based on using the formula for quartile or the first quartile, we found out that the first quartile, which is on the second position, is 14. And then for quartile 2, which is the third position, and that is 15. And for quartile 3, which is the fourth position, which is equivalent to 16. So as what you see, it says that quartile 2 is the middle. It is the median. Let us see if it's really the middle. So from left to right, let's count 1 and 2. And for the right side, going to left, let us see if it's two places. 1 and 2. So as what you see, 15 is the middle, and that is stands for your quartile 2. On the first example, we focus on finding or illustrating quartiles. In this second example, we're now focusing on the deciles. How many equal parts do deciles have? Okay, it have 10 equal parts. Deciles are points that divide the distribution into 10 equal parts. As you go back on the formula for finding quartiles, what can you say? Okay, do not forget to comment what is your observation on the formula for finding deciles and quartiles. I'm giving you 20 seconds to think what is your observation on the formula. Just comment your observation below so that I will be able to recognize who among of you who have a good observation in terms of the formula that I have shown you. Okay, now let's have for deciles. So it says that it has 10 equal parts. So as what you see here, we have decile 1, decile 2, decile 3, decile 4, and decile 5, which is equivalent to quartile 2. So let's have now, or let's evaluate the given in illustrative example number 2. So, good observation mga anak. Kung ang napansin ninyo dun sa binigay na formula for quartile and decile, tanging etong nasa baba lang yung pinapalitan. Siyempre, kung quartile to or Q ang nakalagay dito, then yung nandito sa baba is 4. Pero since ang nakalagay na dito ay D, which is decile, so therefore, pinapalitan lang natin yung nasa baba or yung denominator natin. So if it's D, then this is 10. So what do you think is the formula for finding percentile kaya? Okay, do not forget to comment your answer below so you will be able to receive chips. So today we need to evaluate decile 1, decile 5, and decile 7 as being instructed on illustrative example number 2. So using the same data, so we have 13, 14, 15, 16, and 20. So we will be having now decile 1 is equal to 1 times 5 plus 1 over 10. Then evaluate it. We will be having 1 times 6. And then we have 6 over 10. So 6 over 10 give us 0.6. But then again, there is no such position here. We have only first, second, third, fourth, and fifth position. So there is no 0.6. If we're going to round it up, we will be having now the first. And decile 1, which is first, is 13. Therefore, decile 1, which is the first place here, is 13. Let's have now decile 5. So, binabago lamang natin yung value ng k dito, which is 5. And then proceeding, we will be having decile 5 is equal to 5 times 6 over 10. And then decile 5 is equal to 30 over 10, which will give us the third position. And here, after counting, the third position here is, yes, that is 15, which is same as, yes, quartile 2. Mapapansin nyo kanina, yung lumabas sa quartile 2 ay third position din, which is equivalent to 15. So, let's have now decile 7. Just change the value of k, which is equivalent to 7, and then evaluate it. We will be having 7 times 6, give us 42. And if we're going to round it off, can we round it off? Yes. Magre-retain lang siya sa fourth. Or so the fourth position is 16. So we have decile 7, which is the fourth position, and the fourth position is 16. So let's have now the third illustrative example, and then mapapansin nyo, same lamang din naman dun sa first illustrative example, tanging ang pinapalitan lamang natin yung i-illustrate natin. So we have piece of 10, piece of 50, and piece of 70, or percentile 10, the 50th percentile, and the 70th percentile. So let's have now illustrate it. Percentiles are points that divide a distribution into 100 equal parts. Kanina tinanong ko kayo, ano kaya yung magiging formula if we have percentiles? And if your answer is this, you get a right answer. So, kung ano yung distribution na hinahanap natin, yun lang ang ilalagay nating equal parts dito sa denominator. If it's Q, it must be 4. If it's D, it is 10. And if it's P, we have 100. Good job kayo mga anak if you have the same formula, which is flashing on the screen. So, napakadali na lang natin ngayon na mag-evaluate for percentiles kasi we already learned how to evaluate quartile and deciles. Ang tanging binabago lamang naman natin ay yung denominator. So, eto, since percentile na tayo, kaya 100 yung denominator natin. So, we need to evaluate the 10th percentile, the 50th percentile, and the 70th percentile. So, we have piece of 10, which is equal to 10 times 5 plus 1 over 100. Then, evaluate this. We will be having now 0.6. And 0.6, is there such 0.6 place here? No. So we will round it up. So this will give us the first. So as what you see, yung decile 10 natin kanina, first din. Therefore, decile 1 is equivalent to? Yes, it's equivalent to percentile 10. So let's have now percentile 50. So percentile 50 is give us 50 times 5 plus 1. Then we will be having 300 divided by 100. Again, same as, yes, quartile 2, decile 5, and percentile 50 is equivalent to the third position. And the third position here is 15. And for percentile 70, it will give us 4.2. Yes, again, it's on the fourth position. And the fourth position is, so our fourth position here is equal to 16. So mapapansin ninyo, kapag decile 7, that is equivalent to percentile 70. Tanong kaya, ang quartile 3 kaya natin, ano kaya yung equivalent niyang deciles and percentile? Giving you 10 seconds to answer my question. All right. In terms of decile, we have, yes, that is 7.5. And for percentiles, of course, we have 75. Very good, mga anak. Good job. Your turn to analyze. So you need to choose the best answer from the choices provided in each item. Write the letter or type the letter of your answer on your answer sheet or in the comment. So the first question is, which of the following measures of position illustrate the equivalent of second quartile? So you have 10 seconds to answer the question. Okay, good. So let's have now the second question. Vince is the fourth tallest in the group of 10. It means that 60% of the students are shorter than him. Which of the following measures of position is being illustrated by the given situation? Is it A, second quartile, B, fourth decile, C, sixth decile, or is it D, the 75th percentile? Your 10 seconds starts now. So let's have the third question. Number 3. The scores of the students in their math quiz were 20, 28, 23, 15, 33, 40, 35, 28, and 18. Which of the following illustrate measures of position? Is it A, quartile 1 is equal to 28.5? Is it B, quartile 3 is equal to 33.5? Is it C, B3 is equal to 20? Is it D, B45 is equal to 25.5? I'm giving you 30 seconds in this question, and your 30 seconds starts now. So it means to say that I have here 3 times. All right, let's have the second to the last question in this game. Which of the following statements illustrate a decile? Is it A, the value of decile, such as the sixth decile is obtained using d sub 6 is equal to 6 times 10 plus 1 over 100? B, deciles are the 9 scores points that divides a distribution into 10 equal parts? Is it C, the fifth decile is also the fifth percentile of a distribution? Is it D, 8th decile is also equal to third quartile? So your 10 seconds starts now. Great! Let's have the fifth question. Which of the following statements illustrate quartiles? Is it A, the first quartile separates the bottom 75% from the top 25% of the data? Is it B, the second quartile is the same as the 25th percentile? Is it C, quartiles are the quartiles are the four score points that divide the distribution into 4 parts? Or is it D, the upper quartile is the median of the data set? Your 10 seconds starts now. Good job! Kung ang mga sagot ninyo ay nilagay ninyo dito sa comment box, good. kasi inire-record ko naman yan. And then, if you have also your paper with you, you can also write all the letters of your answer. And then, you will pass it on Friday. So, for your task, so it's your turn naman mga anak ko to answer the following. So learning task 2, let's illustrate. And for output number 4.1, let's dig deeper. You will write your answer on a clean sheet of paper and to be submitted on the scheduled time of our class. So that will be all. Hoping na may natutunan kayo in this session. So yun lang. God bless you all. And here are the references I use in this slide. So the first references are that I use in this slide are the mathematics learning module grade 10. So that is page 362 to 367. Learner's packet lip and for the YouTube for the timer. Thank you so much. God bless you all.